else, I want to look out at this room for a second. Parents who for years have been rearranging their schedules, grandparents who travel, siblings sitting through yet another school event, teachers who pour themselves into these kids year after year, coaches who push them further than they ever thought they could go. This room is full of people who chose to show up, and that means more than you know. There's a woman named Pat Summit who understood that better than almost anyone. Pat Summit coached Tennessee women's basketball for 38 years, 8 national championships. Her players graduated at 100%. She won more games than any coach in Division I history, men's or women's. And when people asked what the secret was, she didn't talk about plays or recruiting. She said, "You win in life with people." That was her answer, and she meant it. Class of 2026 spent years learning things. Equations, essays, lab reports, historical events. You take your tests, earn credits, logged hours. That all matters. But I'd argue the most important things you learned here had very little to do with the textbook. You learn how to work alongside someone you didn't always agree with, how to ask for help when you're stuck, how to show up for a teammate or a friend even when it was inconvenient. You learned, maybe without realizing it, that you're not meant to do this alone. I've watched this class grow, and I've watched you face things that most people your age, never have to. You went through middle school in the middle of a pandemic that's disrupted everything. Your routines, your milestones, and your sense of normal. You adapted and you kept going. And then last spring, you lost one of your own, Gavin Majoris. Grief like that doesn't come with instructions. But I watched what you did. You showed up to the visitation, to the funeral. You sat with each other in the hardest kind of silence. You pushed for ways to honor your classmate because you refused to let that life go unmarked. That says everything about who you are. Pat Summit wasn't a soft coach. She was demanding and relentless. But what her players remembered most wasn't the pressure, it was that she believed in them before they believed in themselves. That's a rare thing. You'll meet people like that in your life. Hold on to them. And here's the harder part. Be that person for someone else. Be the one who notices. Be the one who stays. The world you're stepping into will ask a lot of you. Some of you are heading into the workforce, and you already know what it means to show up before sunrise, to do work that leaves you tired in a way that means something. That kind of grit doesn't come from a classroom. Take it with you. Some of you are heading to college, ready for a new chapter and new challenges. Those are good paths. What matters is that you walk yours with some intention. Wherever you go, keep your people close. Call your mom or dad. Thank a teacher, not just tonight, but years from now when something finally clicks. Build friendships that can survive distance and change. Show up when it's hard. Talent gets you in the room, character keeps you there, and people beside you determine how far you go. To the families here, thank you for trusting us with your kids and for the sacrifices that never made it into a program. Your names aren't on the diploma, but you're all over this moment. To our faculty and staff, thank you for choosing this work and for choosing these students. It matters in ways that are hard to put into words. And to the class of 2026, you're ready. Let's go. At this time, I would like to invite Senior Student Council President Sophie Lightcross to the stage for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Please welcome our 2025-26 senior student speaker, Pierz, for the senior address.
Thank you, Ms. Cooper, for the introduction. I always thought the hardest part of this week was finals. Turns out, it was a softball. But I know there's a lot going on tonight, so don't worry. This speech should only take me 6 or 7 minutes. I'd like to start by saying a special thank you to our parents, families, teachers, coaches, and staff for putting up with us over the years. Thank you for the rides to school, the late night homework help, the encouragement, and the patience, especially the patience. We would not be here without your support, even if we didn't always show our appreciation for it. And while all those people helped guide us here, I think most of us would agree that high school still turned out way different than we expected it would. The other day, I was cleaning out my room, and I found an old planner from the beginning of high school. The first couple of pages looked perfect. It was color-coded, neatly written, and planned out like I had my entire life together. And then, about 2 weeks in, it just stops. No more neat writing, just blank pages. And honestly, I think this planner tells the story of our entire high school career. We all started out thinking we had everything figured out. And along the way, things got messy, unpredictable, and a lot less organized. But somehow, throughout all the chaos, we made it here. So maybe graduation isn't about having everything planned out perfectly. Maybe it's about adjusting and figuring out as you go. Some people are happy to stay as finally come, and others are sad to close this chapter of their life. Ready or not, here it is. Seniors, I want you to take a second to soak in this moment. This may be the last day all of us are in the same room together. Don't take that for granted. We've spent the last 12 years growing up together. Through many voice cracks and growth spurts, we watched each other turn into amazing adults we all are now. It's funny how just this morning, we still needed permission to go to the bathroom, and now we're expected to move across the state on our own for college or work. But somewhere along the way, the people sitting around you stopped being just classmates and became part of your everyday life. These are the people who sat next to you half asleep at 8 a.m., copied homework off you 5 minutes before class, and always had a smile on their face when you needed it most. Even though we complain about school almost every day, I think part of us is going to miss it more than we expected. I remember one day in particular when Mr. Arthur was teaching an exceptionally difficult stats lesson. Confused and frustrated, we asked if we would ever use the null hypothesis to test the level of significance in real life. Based on the confused faces of some of the parents in the crowd, I'm guessing you still haven't found a reason to use it. But each lesson has taught us so much more than the Pythagorean theorem or that the mitochondria power to the cell. In fact, I think we learned more when the teachers weren't teaching. We learned all about electricity when someone lit an outlet in Mr. Egan's classroom. We learned about technology by having specific Zoom meetings just to play Among Us. We learned about acids when we tried to solve a rat in Mountain Dew. We learned about friction by shooting rubber ducks onto the ceiling. We learned about consequence when someone jumped into the garbage can at lunch. We learned about working together when Mr. Essen partners you up with someone who has no idea what they're doing in the lab. We learned about geography when we traveled to New York and Washington, D.C. as a class. We learned about patience when we used Frankness Statuma every time she was a sub. And last, but certainly not least, we learned all about trucks when they would go down the parking lot every single day. And these random moments are the ones we'll probably remember the most. Not the worksheets, not the tests, but the little things that made this place feel like home. It's true, we probably will never use the information we were stressing to remember for the final exam. But we learned life skills that we will use daily. High school has helped teach us who we are. Not everyone here was proud to be a student. That's all right. Instead, they become amazing athletes, musicians, workers, or friends. There is no perfect mold that we're all supposed to fit in. You can pick and choose who you want to be. That's what makes this class special. None of us are meant to follow the exact same path. In the wise words of Mr. Toops, it's important to fight the ordinary and seek the extraordinary. And it's true. Just because everyone else is doing something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. For example, cheetah print hair is not the way to go. The truth is, none of us really know what we're doing. Some people are just better at pretending. We are all going to make mistakes, change plans, and probably call our parents way more than we currently think we would. But that's part of growing up. Life can be pretty boring if every single thing went according to plan. Seniors, we're beginning a new chapter of our lives. The school always talks about the road to success, but this road looks different for each one of us. Some are entering right into the workforce, others are going to college, others will take a year off, and some are still trying to figure out what they want to do with the rest of their life. This road to success that everyone talks about isn't a highway leading you to a destination. It's a winding back road with a 7-mile detour, a traffic jam that's sure to make you late, and a sign saying wrong way after you've already turned. So, today is not just about celebrating what we've accomplished, but looking ahead to everything still waiting for us. We are leaving this place as different people than when we first walked through these doors 4 years ago. We've grown through challenges, learned from failure, and discovered strengths we didn't know we had. No matter where life takes us next, I hope we remember to believe in ourselves, even when things feel uncertain. Because the truth is, none of us need to have our entire life figured out right now. We just need the courage to take the first step. For those athletes who are still competing, don't take for granted these final moments as a pioneer. However, for many of us, this is our last day officially being a pioneer. But this is not the end of our story. It is only the beginning. We are just closing one chapter of a giant story, and I cannot wait to see where each of us will go from here. I hope this bond we have built over the last 12 years will continue to grow as we go our separate ways. Remember to always have that fire in your belly, and know it's a great day to be a pioneer. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. Class of 2026, you are a remarkable group. You have musicians and writers and builders and artists, athletes and innovators. Problem solvers, people who simply showed up to get things done. Tonight, we recognize students who channeled that same dedication into the classroom. Our honor graduates met a high academic standard through hard work and persistence. Our Minnesota Honor Society members added to their high academic achievements a commitment to leadership, service, and character, demonstrating excellence across 4 pillars: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. It is my honor to present to them to you now. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Graduates, when I call your name, you're just going to rise and stand up and stay standing. Kylie Jane Andrea. Emily Roxanne Barajas Castillo. Lainey Hope Bednar. Layla Patricia Betzinger. Kansas Casey Block. Faith Ann Bridewell. Nathan Robert Sakala. Isabel Marie Delude. McKenna Sue Hoheisel. Diane Jessica Pierz. Madeline Rose Kessler. Macy Nicole LeBlanc. Isabel Gracie Lehmeyer. Sophie Amelia Langfrost. Morgan Caroline Litkey. Chloe Luann Lochner. Miranda Sue Otremba. Peyton Judith Ann Polkamp. Bailey Mary Isabella. Delilah Annalie Reschlow. Hayden Marie Sam. Alyssa Ann Sauer. Clara June Tax. Nathan Curtis Tax. Erin Elizabeth Thiesing. Addie May Phelan. Olivia Marie Phelan. Abigail Mary Vernig. Kayla Rose Vernig. Kylie Lynn Vernig. Addison Laverna Vinchard. Joelle Jennifer Young. Congratulations to our honor students and Minnesota Honor Society students. Every journey has a beginning. Tonight we celebrate where you are, but for just a moment, let's remember where you started. Class of 2026, this one's for you. Enjoy your slideshow created by graduate Sophie Lightgrass.
passenger van. It's a small club in Minnesota. And the snow outside the first lap. I just wanted my nigga to start. I look over me, I still growing. Still growing. I made my blood and dream about what I could become. Coming to get over. Coming to be so. Now that I'm here.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that Sunday these would be the good old days. All the time you won't forget, and all these reckless days you won't regret. The Sunday found your mama's gonna change. You missed the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming. Got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would have gotten out of my shell. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't worry about what the people thought. I felt comfortable with myself. If I could work it, the stars are dark. The morning froze and sinking out. I'm falling up. Me, you, and Fento. We just got better. I'm the guy streaming. And you're not who I was.
Somebody would have told me, babe, that Sunday these would be the good old days. All the time you won't forget, and all these reckless days you won't regret. The Sunday found your mama's gonna change. You missed the magic of the good old days. To my love, turned around and turned around, and I saw my reflection, snow covered fields, to the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is the love? Can the child in my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean and tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time is older than children get older, and I get older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time is older than children get older, and I get older too. I get older too. And if you see my reflection in snow, covered fields, the lands that down. And if you see my reflection in snow, slipping through my fingers all the time, I try to capture every minute. The feeling slipping through my fingers all the time. Do I really see what's in my mind each time?
Sleeping alright, currently at the breakfast table, barely awake. I let precious time go by. Then she's gone. There's a warm and cloudy feeling in the city.
Our seniors were asked to choose one teacher to address commencement. For the second consecutive year, they chose the same person, and that says everything. Mr. Rushmeyer teaches 9th grade American history, career readiness, and business, and he has clearly made an impression that lasts well beyond freshman year. Please welcome Mr. Bryce Rushmeyer.
Class 2026, I'll start by saying thank you for giving me the opportunity to give this students. And congratulations to all of us teachers and staff. I may be the one that you selected. There's memories, observations, perhaps even a few somewhat wise words of advice. But for the class of 2026, there's a huge number of us that can do this, and that's really a testament to the amazing bunch of students and young adults that are sitting right here. After being selected to speak at last year's graduation ceremony, I was a little hesitant at first to try and give another speech this year, despite feeling honored to have been selected. But once I gave it some thought, I realized that no two classes or groups of individuals are exactly the same. Your journey may have some similarities to last year's graduating class. You are your own group of graduates, you have your own stories to tell. Your experiences here at Pierz being just the beginning of what is destined to be an incredible journey for all. I had the privilege of joining Pierz schools when you were all a lively bunch of 8th graders, strolling in a meteor class with a strange new teacher who was finding his place here. Just as you were starting to find out just exactly who you were and where you were headed. And as much as I'd like to say that I have some deep life lessons, the cool part is that over the last 5 years, we've experienced things together just in my classroom that have taught both you and I some valuable lessons. Some of these may hit home for some of you more than others. Number one, don't hold grudges. Like those of you who remain friends with a classmate who threw up directly onto you in the back of the classroom to start the day, despite that person standing just mere inches away from a perfectly functional garbage can. Number two, swallow your pride, accept that you have limits and you may not always be the best at something. Like when I challenged then 9th grader to a foot race in order to give them a chance to win their confiscated cell phone back. With complete confidence that I'd win, and after giving myself a sizable head start, I think it was one step for every year older I was, I found myself not only losing, but also crossing the finish line in an embarrassingly unathletic display, doing something resembling a somersault across the finish line. Father Time remains undefeated. And number three, to be confident enough to laugh at yourself and overcome embarrassment. Like perhaps creating a history-themed rap song, or dressing up in flapper girl costumes and putting on performances in front of your classmates. Or, when you are teaching in front of a classroom full of 9th grade history students, you get just a bit tongue-tied and accidentally say a word just slightly different than intended, which ends up meaning something completely different, and you're just hoping that the select few students still giggling right now are the only ones who actually heard what you said. Okay, you can't be there. You know what I'm talking about. We've certainly experienced some highs and some lows together. Again, I don't know why I put inside jokes into these speeches for the masses, but for the students right here, those lows, R.I.P. Jimmy Carter, Reverend our hearts. But regardless of what all happened throughout your high school years, there is no doubt that the class of 2026 has left its mark on the Pierz community. We will have a few more additions to this gym thanks to the state tournament runs in wrestling, baseball, track, and football. Your class will forever have our school's first ever girls wrestling state entrant to win a match. Your class will have a member joining the pretty exclusive 1,000-point scoreboard. Your class will have had all-state performers in both band and choir. Your class will always have the 2026 Central Minnesota Big Brother Big Sister High School Big of the Year. Your class will take home award after award after award and first place finishes in numerous band contests and events. And those are just the official remnants of your time here. But the positivity, humor, intelligence, kindness, determination, and focus on just being good role models for others are all things that will have an even bigger lasting impact. I know that I tend to ramble sometimes, although I'm sure none of you students would ever agree with that. So I want to make sure I end with these two things, one a piece of advice and one a general observation. My best piece of advice as you leave the halls of Pierz Healy High School and enter the real world is this. Do not be afraid to try new things or to see things from a new perspective. It is okay to evolve and grow and change as you age. Think of yourself as an 8th grader, and I hope you can see all the ways in which you've already grown and matured. Your class had a unique opportunity to really experience this lesson. Now, this is unintentional, but as 6th and 7th grade students, okay, during COVID, many of you declared, online learning is awful and pointless, and I hope I never have to do this again. Only to have many of you wrap up your high school career by saying, online learning is the best, I'm taking as many online college courses as possible. So you see, growing and evolving is a process that I hope you all continue to do. You are all already good versions of yourself, but don't get content to just stop at good. Go out and grow into the best versions of yourself. And a final observation. The great thing about being from a small, tight-knit community is that there's always someone or some group there to help pick you up when something bad happens or when you face a setback. We all have experience in some ways, and we're all also bound to face in the future. Whether that be the loss of a friend or a family member, suffering an injury in a sport, dealing with a serious illness in your family, struggling to make it through a class or just school in general, car accident or whatever. But remember, that doesn't go away just because you graduate high school. I'm technically an outsider here in Pierz, but it is beyond obvious that we have a community here full of family members, business owners, teachers, coaches, staff members, and all of your friends who are going to continue to be here for you long into the future. I want to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to give one final presentation to officially wrap up your high school career. No tests to follow. I've been lucky to have had most of you in at least 3 classes, and some of you in up to 5 classes. It is an absolute honor to stand before you all and say, congratulations, class of 2026. You did it, and I couldn't be more proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Russmeyer. Now to families in the room in class of 2026. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Mr. George Weber, Superintendent of Pierz Schools, and Mr. Matthew Koheisel, School Board Chair, to certify the graduates to receive their diplomas.
I'm certain Matt and I weren't the moment you were waiting for. But getting the diplomas, no, that's a different thing. Thank you. I have just a sentence to read. I'm going to say thank you again. I'm so impressed when I just go and look at your bios. Frankly, I'm impressed with each group. It's just really cool. The accomplishments that Mr. Rushmeyer mentioned, there's 1,000 others But I just think we produce beautiful, cool young adults that are kind, caring, work hard. And you exemplify that, and I'm so thankful for all the role modeling you've done for the period of time. Thank you very much. Having said that, I get to announce to our school board chair, Mr. Oisel, that each of you have met all of the qualifications to become a EV Pioneer graduate, and you are officially certified as graduates of our school. Thank you.
After meeting requirements for credits and standards under state and local guidelines, we, the board, certify the following members of the class of 2026 eligible for receiving their diploma. Please hold your applause until after all diplomas have been presented. For the first row, please rise and we will begin.
Kylie Jane Andrea. Olivia May Ottman. Emily Roxanne Barajas Castillo. Ben Owen Barclay. Nathan Michael Becker. Lainey Hope Bednar. Layla Patricia Betzinger. Kansas Casey Block. Bryce Joseph Bozer. Logan Patrick Brown. Faith Ann Bridewell. Shay Ira Bew Watercutt. Lucy Celeste Coggy. Nathan Robert Sakala. Christian Thomas Cheney. Reagan Ray Doucette. Isabel Marie Elude. Holly Ray Exton. Tyler Robert Fisher. Austin Ray Fletcher. Cash James Fusi. Emily Elizabeth Gall. Caitlin Mary Gottwald. Kira Eliza Gray.
Madison Christine Gross. Claire Grace Gruber. Maya Lynn Held. Liam Peyton Hennessy. Henry Richard Hoffman. McKenna Sue Hoheisel. Caleb James Jennings. Jacob Paul Jennings. Trent Michael Jensen. Donovan Johnson. Sydney Yvonne Jordan. Cheyenne Jessica Pierz. Madeline Rose Kessler. Hayden Kenneth Foss. Olivia Marie Larson. Macy Nicole LeBlanc. Isabel Gracie Laymeyer. Emily Catherine Leidencross. Sophie Amelia Leidencross. Morgan Caroline Lakey. Chloe Luann Lochner. Cole David Lloydel. Hayden John Lucking. Alex Eli Lyons.
Arnold Randy Marshall. Marshall. Preston John Marshall. Braden Devin Melvin. Brady Joseph Meyer. Marissa Ann Nelson. Jacob Leonard Olikowski. Miranda Sue Otremba. Luke Kevin Paulo. Tori Elizabeth Pekarsky. Matea Marie Folkamp. Peyton Judith Ann Folkamp. Gavin John Pop. Bailey Mary Goodwill. Fisher Henry Dale Goodwill. Hunter Anthony John Goodwill. Shelby Lynn Pula. Delilah Emily Rushmore. Hayden Marie Sam. Riley Michael Samuelson. Alyssa Ann Sauer. Louis James Schlegel. Samuel Robert Shima. Wesley Michael Seppel.
Levi Allen Steiner.
That's my brother.
Bradley Micah Tanner. Clara June Tax. Nathan Curtis Tax. Erin Elizabeth Thiessen. Addie Mae Thielen. Jackson Paul Thielen. Olivia Mary Thielen. Lauren Jane Vandenheuvel.
That's my favorite cousin!
Abigail Mary Vernick. Ayla Rose Vernick. Kylie Lynn Vernick. Gracie Elizabeth Wagner.
Love you, Gracie.
Chloe May Olszewski. Zachary Arlen Welty. Devin Lee Ware. Davin James Willis. Mackenzie Ann Willman. Addison Laverna Winchert. Gavin Jake Winsenberg. Nicholas James Waitala. Carter Edward Young. Joelle Jennifer Young. Wyatt James Young.
Will the class of 2026 please rise? Remove your tassels. You are officially graduates of Pierz Healing, class of 2026.
Are we? I do. They need to go beyond the yeah, he's a attacker.
At the trumpet, there you go.
Hey, can we go get some ice cream?
No. Where's up there now?
Oh, Mom wants to leave. Come on. How long is Sue's even open? I think mine is pretty sure.
Good, thank you.
gotta fill airtime somehow. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Bob. Well, I was starting to read.
We could have that thing pop.
That's that because
Wasn't so bad as just
hired someone else.
Yes, the whole
So I started.
I rather get yelled at not thinking of it. The other way.
That's my goal in Somerset. I mean, all you know is whoever wants to quit. My favorite answer is not my favorite answer is around like 3,000.